Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Remember.
This is Fox. The video that you just saw was how I felt the moment I discovered tape of Matt Walsh with Nazi body art. Let's just get straight to it.
Disney goes into full-on panic mode.
Meet Matt Walsh. Matt Walsh has a show called The Matt Walsh Show. He also claims to be not just another talking head, while his photograph of his channel is actually just a picture of his head. So that'll give you an indication as to where this is going. His first thing is the fact that he's really, really furious that there is a set photo from a movie that Disney has in production that he doesn't like. And there's other things that he talks about, so let's cover that stuff as well.
A Biden administration official says that we can never know who left cocaine in the White House.
People have done cocaine in the White House.
Even though, of course, we all know.
And they know who.
A heated debate centers around a question: why should anyone in America care about Ukraine in the first place?
The Ukraine.
A Republican congressman is condemned for using the term colored people. But why is that term offensive?
And what's really that bad about calling people colored people? Wait, what the fuck?
Now, on to the first topic we'll tackle. On Friday, the Daily Mail published photos from the set of Disney's Snow White live-action remake.
There were some photos that were published. They knew that they were going to be going on strike in a couple of days. The writers have been out for a while. Just saying.
Disney's in the process of slowly cannibalizing itself until soon there will be nothing left.
This is about a photo, right?
They are recreating all of their own classic films.
Aren't we talking about a photo?
New lifeless remake versions.
I edited the hell out of what Matt said. You can thank me later. The things that this guy says, holy shit, people.
And as a result, they've mostly been flops. Each remake has earned increasingly diminishing returns, and so...
Let's go into this just a little bit. Over 1 billion on 183 million. Over 1 billion on 200 million. 542 million on 95 million. 353 million on 70 million. 349 million on 130 million. 966 million on 175 million. 1.6 billion on 260 million. Yeah, these numbers are all over the place, but when you think about studios and their output, they're pretty damn good. Milan did not perform well at the box office at all. As a matter of fact, it took a bath. It lost half of its money. It's weird because when you think about Milan, it was released at a time when there were so many people flocking to the theaters. It was unbelievable. You know, during COVID. The movie industry is trying to navigate its way through streaming and the impact to the money that it makes. There are strikes that are going on. The money counting, it's always been completely insane. Some movies don't make any money at all. Let me give you a couple of examples. Batman, Forrest Gump, Order of the Phoenix, that's witchcraft though, hope you're not upset. Return of the Jedi, Spider-Man, Coming to America, the entire fucking Lord of the Rings trilogy. None of these movies made any money at all.
Disney responds by frantically blaming every new failure on racism and bigotry.
Matt Walsh responds by not talking about the photograph.
Put out a crappy movie and then claim that anyone who doesn't buy a ticket is a Nazi.
What does he mean?
Most of us have now been branded Nazis 99 times over. The 100th time doesn't have much impact. It's all kind of sunk cost at this point.
You're saying that Disney is putting out a crappy movie and that they're claiming that anyone who doesn't buy a ticket to it is a Nazi. That's a lot of people. Maybe, just maybe, there are some people who start complaining about a movie and then use that as a springboard to go off into all kinds of crazy stuff, including the Nazis. The response here isn't really giving me a whole hell of a lot of hope.
It's all kind of sunk cost at this point.
If you're getting compared to the Nazis, don't get used to that. Why would you want to get used to that?
Nazi schmazi, says Werner von Braun.
Such a shame. It's a problem for him now. Getting used to it. Being called a Nazi. We're just getting going. We haven't even really started talking about the photos yet. What this man is doing is incredible. It's breathtaking. I am impressed.
The Daily Mail reported, quote, hi ho, it's off to the job center they go. Off to the job center they go, for the seven dwarves have been replaced by magical creatures for Disney's live-action remake of Snow White. As we can see in the pictures, not only is Snow White not white, but the dwarves are not dwarves anymore.
You can tell the woman in that photograph is not white, with the hood on. Are we looking at the same photograph here? Anyway, finally, a photograph.
Behind the Hispanic Snow White, we see what appears to be a group of patrons just leaving the local Renaissance fair. They certainly don't look anything like people who work in the mines.
I feel pretty bad mocking Matt with the movie that he is bitching about, so let's find another miner in movies. Better yet, for this I went to Outland, all the way into space. When I got there, I asked the miners, do you think that Matt Walsh understands exactly how much of an idiotic buffoon he is?
I thought so.
He does advocate for dwarves in his next statement, where he says that
everyone should be a dwarf, including Snow White herself. In fact, that's a movie I would actually watch.
Oh, okay. I see why he said that.
Mia Mia?
Daily Mail
What's Mia Mia?
has a little more information. It says, quote, co-written by Barbie's Greta Gerwig.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
The upcoming adaptation will not feature a Prince Charming and will instead focus on a stronger Snow White who dreams of becoming a leader. She said, people are making these jokes about ours being the PC Snow White. Yeah, it is. Our version is a refreshing story about a young woman who has a function beyond someday my prince will come. Yes, how refreshing. The lead character is a strong, kick-ass female who don't need no man.
The words
Don't need no man
are not incongruous at all with a guy who's sitting in a house where I'm pretty sure you can tell what season it is by checking the potpourri sachets in the closet. So guys, if you like what's going on so far, could you do me a favor? Please like and subscribe. That would really let me know that there are more people out there who are looking for this kind of content.
Snow White is a 19th century German fairy tale. The name Snow White literally refers to the character's skin color. Snow White literally refers to the character's skin color, as it was described in the original Brothers Grimm fairy tale.
Soon after that, she had a little daughter who was as white as snow and as red as blood, and her hair was as black as ebony.
And she was therefore called Little Snow White.
Let's start with the red as blood. We've got a problem there, though. King describes Carrie as having blonde hair. Now this is a good candidate. Red on the lips, white skin, very pale, black hair. Personally, I'll go for Morticia Addams because she fits every single thing perfectly. Angelica Houston, that's the one. You know, let's just get rid of the red altogether. So now, is this white enough for you? Is this even white? I don't know what you're talking about. I got this old black and white here. Does this woman look white to you? Now, those last two photos might seem a little weird, but there's some news to be had there. The first one was Erica Serra. She played Snow White all the way back in 2011 on a television show called Eureka.
Get it!
She's from Canada. I guess that makes her whiter, or does. I don't even know. She's Italian. Now, the other woman, this one, is she white? Because she was white enough back in 1937 when she portrayed the original Snow White. She's also of Italian descent. Her name is Adriana Caselotti. Adriana, not sure. Caselotti is actually an anagram for Atlas eradication. And depending on, I don't know what end of the nut job spectrum you're on, that could mean something. Jordan Peterson, Donald Trump. It's like tightening a wingnut with the flick of your finger. Where were we? How about her?
You live in the most beautiful house.
Honestly, Matt, at this point, I have no idea what the hell you're going on about. I should do your research for you. Now, if not for your audience, because clearly you don't give a fuck about them, how about all the people that have to, I don't know, follow you around with a diaper? He's actually selling this. Breathtaking. Now, granted, this will probably put a lot of people out of work, but maybe they could, I don't know, find a new direction in their life.
Take jobs away from dwarf actors and give them to regular-sized people.
So move to Hollywood. At this point, Matt goes on to say one of the most insightful things that he says in this entire thing.
Only Disney would do the thing that everyone else does and everyone expects them to do.
Shut up!
Only Disney would do the thing that everyone else does.
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
It's unbelievable. You'd think that he had evolved a colon that terminates in his mouth, but he doesn't believe in evolution.
When the world is calling out your name,
In a world with
what appears to be a group of patrons just leaving the local Renaissance fair.
one man sees red.
Snow Latino and the 7 slovenly hippies, they certainly don't look anything like people who work in the mines, or work anywhere else for that matter.
Well, they have a job now, because Snow White is back.
Legends never die.
She's here to give the bitching crybabies a kiss of death. Snow White and the 7. How do you like them apples?
Those are just a bunch of weirdos walking home from a thrift store.
Begging you to fight.
Needless to say, in reality, the true refreshing spin would be a story where the lead actress isn't a flawless superhuman goddess, but is actually a human being with flaws and weaknesses and vulnerabilities, something that no major studio film has had in at least 2 decades.
Look at how easy that was. Just photos while you spoke.
But they're not stories.
Story, an account of imaginary or real people and events told for entertainment.
They're not films.
Film, become or appear to become covered with a thin layer of... Oh wait, this is how I feel when I listen to Matt. Capture on film as a part of a series of moving images. Make a movie of, a story or event.
They're not art.
Art, the expression or application of human creative skill and imagination, typically in a visual form. Now, I'm not going to lie, there is a story of sorts here, and here is the synopsis.
When the internet got a hold of these pictures of Snow Latino and the 7 slovenly hippies,
That's nice.
a Disney spokesperson told the Daily Beast, quote, "The photos are fake." Yes, well, there's one problem about these fake photos. The obviously fake photos are actually real. They just aren't official. Disney didn't officially release them.
Now, this is a story that potentially says something about the way that Disney is run, but that doesn't give it a lot of room for hyperbolic nonsense, or what Matt calls speaking. And he has to speak, so this is where he takes us.
I mean, this is like if somebody snaps a picture of me unkempt and gross looking in sandals and sweatpants, buying diapers from Walmart at 11 p.m., and I claim that the pictures are fake because I didn't officially pose for them.
Now, I can't imagine that Matt Walsh or his audience would ever think of themselves as being disgusting or all these other things that he's describing there. So, given that, let's take one word out.
I mean, this is like if somebody snaps a picture of unkempt and gross looking in sandals and sweatpants, buying diapers from Walmart at 11 p.m. And I claim that the pictures are fake because I didn't officially pose for them.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Ta-da!
This film, we can already tell, will be a travesty, like every other Disney remake. It's also an example of actual cultural appropriation. They specifically set out to strip this character of her whiteness. Anti-white racism. Yes, it is racist to make Snow White not white because they are treating the whiteness of the character as a flaw that needs to be fixed.
Ta-da!
Modern leftists, consumed by their own narcissism, come along and declare,
We respond to your declarations. If you could just leave it alone so that we could get on with our lives, well, that'd be mighty white of you.
you can tell a lot about a culture by the stories that it tells. They specifically set out to strip this character of her whiteness. We don't write new fairy tales. We pretend like we've created something, but all we have done is defaced what is old and what is good.
Well, look at that. Matt finished it up for me. How nice. Remember the teasers?
Who left cocaine in the White House? Why should anyone in America care about Ukraine colored people?
Yeah, well, he didn't. I made a promise, so this shot is from the beginning of the video. Remember? It's from a community episode called Aerodynamics of Gender. And this is how we meet Matt Walsh. Matt Walsh is a comedian that has been on so many television shows, I'm not even going to get started. A member of the Upright Citizens Brigade, he's worked with some of the best people. But as far as relevance to what's going on right now is his groundbreaking work in Abe Lincoln, Sex Alien. Where were we? a trampoline is discovered, and we meet its keeper.
I'm Joshua, and this is a place free from darkness.
There are
2 simple principles. It must stay secret. No double bouncies.
He likes to compliment folks.
Some are just natural jumpers.
Then another guy shows up. The guys tell him,
this is our place of peace.
Yes. Now it's mine too.
but he doesn't care. He's not there to use it for what it's for, so he forces it.
You get up here and double bounce me or I'll tell everybody about this place.
You see, he's looking for something else. He brings all of this on himself, but he blames others.
Illegal trampling! They have an illegal trampling back there!
Which makes him a terrible human being. But don't worry, there's another one.
Joshua
has a problem because of the first terrible person.
I got fired. I'm leaving.
And uses it to reinforce his bias against a minority because one is handy and he doesn't give a damn about the truth.
Guess it goes to prove what I already knew. Non-whites ruin everything.
That came out of nowhere. Did it?
A place free from darkness, and some are just natural jumpers. It's going to be a maze.
There's Matt Walsh with his Nazi body art. I didn't lie, but there was definitely an overall point to be made here.
Maybe that's the lesson here. Purity that demands exclusion isn't real purity.
Two terrible people in one episode, and he's going to be making another one tomorrow. I have been Fox.
God is my witness, I will tweet it!
おはようございます。いい天気ですね。おはようございます。いい天気ですね。おはようございます。いい天気ですね。おはようございます。何になさいますか?
I hope you liked it. That's it. It's my first attempt at doing something long form. If I could do this full time, that would be amazing. And if you agree, a little help would be so appreciated. You have no idea. So that's what I got. I hope everyone enjoyed this. And yeah, I'm going to make more no matter what happens. Be well. I have been Fox.